This is Veritas Files with part 3 of preparing for economic collapse. We were going through the risk mitigation plan for economic collapse. We've covered financial security, energy security, food security. We're just finishing the section on personal security. I've gone over guns to whatever extent I'm going to, probably. And I wanted to cover some information about dogs. Dogs, even though it may not seem like it, they are extremely helpful in a situation where crime is rampant and on the rise, where you may have to be afraid for your life and may have to defend your life. A person with a dog, quite frankly, large or small, is less likely to be a victim, simply because of the dog's deterrent value. If someone can't see the dog in particular but they hear a dog barking, they're not nearly as likely to enter your home. But in this case, when we're talking about the possible collapse of the nation, you're going to want a dog that focuses on its guarding capabilities above everything else. So yeah, dogs can do a lot of other things. They can help you in hunting and various other things, but you're specifically going to want to be focusing on a dog that has very keen guarding abilities. And you're going to probably want a dog that doesn't need a totally experienced expert owner to be able to adequately control and train the dog. In other words, you're not going to want certain dogs that, if they don't have good owners, can cause harm to other people, that innocent bystanders, essentially. And I'm talking about good dogs like bull terriers, pit bulls, Staffordshire terriers, Rottweilers, Akitas to some extent. These kinds of dogs are great dogs, but they really need to be owned by someone who is a very good dog handler, understands pack mentality, understands how to train a dog, understands how to socialize a dog, and various other things. And so this is not for, those dogs are not for the average Joe out there that needs a dog to add a layer of protection to his home that will keep him from having to use a firearm or some other weapon as a defense mechanism. So I'm going to recommend some dogs, and I'm going to specifically recommend that you not get other dogs. Some of them I've mentioned, but people will tell you, for example, that you need to get a lab. This is not true. For those people that have labs that have guarding capabilities, that's great. I mean, labs are great dogs. I love labs. I've had labs. But don't get a lab. Okay? That breed is not made to guard. It's made to retrieve, generally, to swim, to rescue, things like that. They're great at certain tasks like that. They are not good guard dogs. A Labrador Retriever, whether it's a chocolate lab, a golden lab, or a full-blooded Labrador Retriever, is about as likely to lick an intruder as he is to bite one. You just don't want to take that kind of chance. Now, if you have a dog, a Labrador, that is great at that, that's fine. But I wouldn't rely on that breed. The breeds that I would rely on, if you're in a cold climate, for example, I would be looking into the Norwegian Elkhound. Look it up. It doesn't look like a hound, to be sure, but it would give up its life to protect you. And German Shepherd. If you're in a moderate climate, I would be thinking about either a short-haired German Shepherd, a Boxer, or a Doberman Pinscher. And if you're in a hot climate, again, I'd be looking at the German Shepherd, a short hair, if you can find them, and the Doberman Pinscher. You don't want to have a Boxer really in a cold or a hot climate, because their short muzzle doesn't allow them to cool their body enough. But those are the dogs that I would recommend. I'm not going to recommend other dogs. Weimaraners can be good dogs, but I'm not going to recommend them. And we'll talk about health security and some other things in the next video. Thanks a lot.